In Robin, son of Batman, Damian reminisced about the 73rd day of his year of blood. See, as Damian was in his laboratory conducting some crude experiments, he was also in preparation to steal a crystal from the Cliff Swift and entomb their cavern. As one of Damian's servants asks him if they should retrieve the explosives, there's no need, as Damian has manufactured his own. But as Damian leaves, one of his servants speaks ill of him. Unfortunately, that would be the last time he speaks, as two members of the League of Shadow move in for the kill. But in present day, as Damian is trying to atone for all his crimes during his year of blood, we see several members of the Cliff Swift attempting to pelt him and Nobody with arrows. As Damian flies through the air on Goliath, the Cliff Swift are in hot pursuit, having been freed after Damian had entombed them many years ago. Damian attempts to reconfigure his bat whistle, but unfortunately it's destroyed in the chaos. With the bat whistle gone, Maya attempts to steer Goliath using her own sonic frequencies, but unfortunately she fails miserably and the turbulence causes Damian to drop the crystal. Luckily, Damian had planned to return the crystal to the Cliff Swift anyway. But as Goliath, Robin, and Nobody crash land, Damian and Nobody are pissed off at each other, as the two of them can't seem to work as one cohesive unit. Damian and Nobody start to go at it, so Nobody activates her cloaking tech. But unfortunately, it doesn't stop Damian, as he hits her with several glancing blows, seeing as he already took out her father, the original Nobody. Nobody tells Damian she's going to hit him with the Sika Strike, the same move he used to kill her father. But Damian hits her in the face, putting her on the back foot. As Nobody is on the back foot, she attempts to hit Damian with several glancing blows, but he counters. But she finally grabs his cape and blinds him and manages to knock out one of his baby teeth. But Damian starts laughing like a psychopath because to him, the fight's just getting started. But before these two can go any further, Goliath starts flipping out. But as Nobody panics, Damian grabs the sonic emitter on her palm and recalibrates it to a frequency that soothes Goliath. As Goliath falls asleep, Damian and Nobody sat and look at the stars. Damian thanks Nobody for saving Goliath, but she couldn't have done it without the help of Damian. As Nobody and Damian talk about the fight, she tells Damian it felt pretty good to knock out his tooth, but Damian tells her the tooth was loose anyway, and she laughs at him for still having baby teeth. Nobody retrieves her father's old aircraft, one of the few things he actually left her, but elsewhere, Talia Ghul is awoken by a hooded figure. Now this hooded figure uses his power to rebuild Talia's mind in order to ascertain the information he needs about Damian. But as Talia thinks more and more about Damian, she wakes up and grabs a piece of stalagmite. Talia impales and beats the shit out of this hooded figure, and then she leaves this place in order to go find her beloved Damian. But as Talia's leaving, she spots something that scares the shit out of her. A Lazarus heart, the makings of a Lazarus pit. But back on Nobody's aircraft, it seems her father had some dealings with some shady figures, and these just happen to be deals that Nobody is still expected to make good on. But Damian convinces her to leave the family business behind and start anew. Nobody informs her father's contact that she quits, but unfortunately for her, Deathstroke the Terminator may have something to say about that, as apparently Nobody worked for Deathstroke. To be continued.